Hello, welcome to Design Time. I'm Jackie Lacey. I love finding ways that you can use lily grass, bear grass for various accents and ways to create a little bit more organic and natural color or geometric form, anything that can take that container to a whole new level. Everyone that knows me knows that I love using lily grass as many times as I can. I like the way that you can take just a little bit and do a whole lot with it. Make a statement, like adding the 6 pieces to each of these little triangles that I've created down here with a little braid, and then bringing and adding in a little bit of depth up top with just a couple of pieces that extend. It shows both action and reaction within the design. Doesn't really matter what the flowers are with this particular piece. I just wanted to show you some different ways that we could look at using lily grass. And this is just a simple braid that has been bound together from the tip. Doesn't take any time at all. I know a lot of people want to be able to create something that will go pretty fast, and this actually does. Now you can get creative, and it doesn't matter how many pieces you do. This one happens to have about 24 pieces of lily grass, I think, but would be a really great way that you could add something that was very natural. It all depends on how you want to wrap it around and how you want it to end up into the container. Certainly if you were doing something where you wanted to extend, that'd be very easy to do by how you place it into the foam. Or even on a smaller, short container like this, being able to really cover up maybe that front or add a little buffer in there to draw in some attention. Can be used in many different ways depending on how it's inserted into the foam. That's going to be totally up to you. But I wanted to start on a very small scale and just show you quickly how we can put this together. Now I've selected 6 pieces of lily grass because we're going to have 3 going in each direction. I like to try and find pieces that are pretty equal in size and make sure I go ahead and clip just a tip off because you're going to cut it anyway as you start to put them together. 1 piece of U-glue strip, just 1 strip, and I've actually cut it into 3 smaller pieces. That way you can save 1 piece that can go for your next one that you're going to do if you're going to create more, because we'll use 2/3 of a piece actually to create this. So starting with 1 of your thirds, or 1 of the small pieces that you cut, you're going to peel the paper off. It's a lot easier if you use it with the paper down because you're going to mash the lily grass right on top of it. So I'm just going to lay it right on top of the U-glue strip like this, and you're going to add the other 2 pieces right beside it. Now be sure and notice that I'm putting it with the darker side up because you want that finished, polished look to show on the top. And then you're going to repeat the same thing with the other 3 pieces. Again, laying our U-glue strip down and simply laying the lily grass into the glue so that you can put them side by side, almost side by side, not quite. You want a little bit of room to allow for the depth of the other grass as you weave it together. But pretty close together there. You can see that I can see a little bit of the white in between each of those stems. Gives you a little bit of room to make the braid look really equal and polished. Now I'm going to clip off the little extra pieces of each one just to make sure I have a very clean, professional finish on that end. And then we want to weave them together. And one of the easiest ways to do that is to lay them on top of each other so that you can get a visual yourself, decide where you want to start. And depending on if you're right-handed or left-handed, that's probably going to have a little bit to do with it. And I'm going to take 1 piece and just start weaving underneath, making sure that you can keep up with what goes over, what goes under as we go along. And we're going to actually make sure that this one goes under because we came over there. which means the other two need to come up on top. See, as long as you just lay this on top of each other, it's really easy to manipulate as we go through. You can also weave, if it's easier for you, right from below and bring it right up on top. Whatever makes it easier for you. The main thing is that you're just trying to weave these together so that you've got that first piece started, over one, under one, over one. Then we'll do the next one, just the opposite. Over one, under one, over one. And you can see how the weave is starting to show very clear up there. You want to make sure whatever back here is going to be up there. So in this last one, we just need to bring the one over the middle and right back under. So we can see very clearly that it's almost like a tic-tac-toe dimension in there. We've got it pulled pretty snug down here together. We're going to flip it over, making sure that you want to hold them firmly so that weave is nice and clean. Now we're going to take off the paper on the back and fold that over in one clean fold, which holds it together, and then you'll do the same thing from the other side. This gives you a great polished look. It's woven on the front, and you can begin to design or wrap however you would like to do so. As long as you're working in foam, you can create some really cool dimension and something coming out of a design very easily, because you would simply cut wherever you wanted it to end into the foam and make sure that it's inserted there. Again, remember, things don't have to be too hard. Look at ways that you can add a simple accent that makes a great statement and takes your design to the next level. Hope you'll be able to use this for accessorizing some of the designs that you do, and be sure and tune back often. Find us on Facebook if you'd like to see more of these videos.